So people will start to. It'll take people a few minutes to get here. Oh, I was like looking for my phone. I'm like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Oh yeah, it's my camera.
Oh, so you're streaming this from your phone?
No, so I'm streaming us from here. Yeah, and then my phone is my camera. We're once we go live, Mandi and I will pull up another screen, and so people will be able to see what we're drawing as we're drawing. And then every once in a while, we'll ask you to show us what you're drawing, so we can see that too.
Wow, that means I've got to actually draw something while we talk. Okay.
But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
No, it will.
Mandi and I are happy to be the drawers as well.
No, I'm excited. I'm ready. I've got my pencil and everything.
All right. So we'll give people just a couple minutes to find us, and then we'll go ahead and start.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that mug. That's cute.
It's from like one of those color me, you go to paint things.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
You made it.
I did. I painted it. Yes, I did.
I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
So Tamara, it's snowing where you're at. It should be snowing where Mandi and I are at, but you're getting all the snow.
Kind of. We had snow last night and it looked really pretty coming down, but I'm in Central Virginia and pretty much we're the black hole of snowfall usually. So it either goes around us or it goes over us, but it doesn't always stick with us. So it looked pretty last night. It didn't really stick to the road. So, but I think out there on the coast, like towards the beach, I think they're getting quite a few inches, maybe south of us too.
Got it. Hello, Carla.
I say good morning, Carla. My daughter lives in Kentucky. And this is the third snow that they've had. And she's lived there for 3 years. She said this is the most snow they've seen since she's lived there. So they woke up this morning to another 3 inches. I thought that was crazy.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot.
That is crazy.
Yeah. The first week of, we had winter break over, December, and we were supposed to come back to school. And then we got hit with a snow/ice storm. And more snow than ice, but it was heavy, wet snow that then turned to ice. And that knocked us out of school for a week. So the kids actually ended up with 3 weeks out of school.
Nice.
Yeah, they love that. We loved it too.
Uh-huh. Hello, Kristen.
Good morning, Kristen.
All right, what do you say, Mandi? Should we get this party started?
Absolutely. We'll have more people join us as we go. So
yes. All right, friends, we want to welcome you to our Saturday edition of Doodle and Chat with Friends, where we chat and doodle and chat and doodle with friends to combine and create a whole lot of who knows what kind of fun. I am Carrie Baughcum.
And I'm Mandi Tolen.
And we have with us our very special guest, Tamara Letter, and we're super excited for her to be here. I wanted to go ahead and do a quick introduction for those of you who don't know enough about this amazing person. Tamara is a mom and wife, an award-winning educator of over 20 years with experiences that include elementary school teacher, tech integrator, and instructional coach. Tamara fills the world with her passion for kindness, sharing her random acts of kindness and her journey on Instagram and Twitter, her blog, and also TikTok, which I'm just like, girl.
And she showed up on my For You page.
No way.
Just like 2 days ago. I was like, wait, that's Tamara.
Wait, who is that? I know this person.
I know her.
Good morning.
That's funny. Yeah, TikTok does not make me happy. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like that was my let's grow this year, like stretch myself out. The video making is not my happy place, but I wanted to stretch myself as an educator. And I also love telling stories. And I thought, oh, well, I like to talk and I like to tell stories. Maybe I could do it on TikTok. Wow. Let me tell you, it is a challenge because they only let you do like ideally, small chunks. I mean, it takes me 3 minutes just to say hi to people. So I got to tell a whole story in like 1 minute or less. Like, oh, the struggle is real, but it's been fun. I've learned a lot for sure. I'm so excited. I was on your For You page.
You showed up on my For You page and I was like, wait, hold on.
She's real. Wait a minute. This can't be working. Oh, Kimberly's here. Hi, Kimberly. Yes. Oh my gosh. I remember meeting you. It was such a joy. Oh, so fun.
Awesome. And so that's just a little bit about Tamara. She's also an author of a Passion for Kindness, Making the World a Better Place to Lead, Love, and Learn. And in this book, she shares her stories, her vulnerability, and the stories of others to inspire us to change our perspective and see the goodness in each day. And every day she reminds us that we can make a positive difference to be the good in the world and become our own kindness cultivator. We're so happy that you're here.
So happy.
I'm good. I'm so happy that it makes you happy.
I love talking about kindness. This is great.
Can tell. We love that.
Kristen, you're telling me YouTube's a better format. Yeah, YouTube probably is a better format for storytelling. I can do longer videos. I'm just not, gosh, the video thing. Like I feel like I need, it's hard.
You have to it has pros and cons, right? So you do TikTok, you do it in one take and you're done, right? You do Twitter or you do YouTube, you're fine. But then you have to put in the time to edit and make sure it tells a story because it's a little bit longer. So each one has their own little, pluses and minuses.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Carrie has a bowl full of questions. And we have some questions in there that are about Tamara. We have some questions in there that are just for fun. And so as we pull the questions and we answer, you can doodle your own answers to the questions, or you can doodle Tamara's answers to the questions. And however you want to do that, when we're finished, Carrie and I are going to be doodling along. And I believe our guest is going to be doodling along as well today. And I'm just excited to see what we come up with.
So Tamara, I don't know if you've seen these. I'm certain you have. But I finally found these. I've been searching for them for it's got to be a good 2 years. The Colors of Kindness by Crayola. Have you seen these?
Yes. Hold on. I just disappeared. Look.
I bought the store out. I want all of them. So today I'm going to draw with my kindness crayons.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
I'm so excited. I'm not going to do that because I have an iPad. But oh my gosh.
I'm actually terrified I'm going to break one because have you drawn with crayons after you haven't drawn for a while? You break them.
Listen, okay, so not that I'm plugging Crayola. However, these are the cutest crayons. If you read this one I just pulled out, it's Life is Gouda.
Yes.
Life is Gouda. And then it tells you not only life is Gouda, but then it also has it in Spanish and I think French, but I don't know because I don't know all my languages. But anyway, and then it tells you the other name of it, the real name of the color is macaroni and cheese. So, so fun. Such fun.
So fun.
Okay, I love that you're coloring with these.
I can't even honestly remember the last time I drew with crayons. So this will be a fun little adventure that I'm going to dive into.
Oh my gosh, this is great. This is great. Hey, I don't know if you guys do giveaways or anything. Do you guys ever do giveaways on here?
It is something that Mandi and I have been discussing. So yes, in our future.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Well, if you ever decide to do giveaways, hit me up because it'd be fun to give these away, in a book or something, That'd be fun.
Well, we could. I mean, we go rogue quite often. I mean, it's not the first time Doodle and Chat has just gone off script. We could do a giveaway of kindness crayons and your book at the end.
I mean, it is a kindness doodle chat. Wouldn't it be so cool to have a kindness play or people that showed up today and that are doodling and if they'll commenting, we could do that, or we could do their name.
We could do that, or we could do it on Twitter too, or whatever
we
decide.
You could share. Yeah, share afterwards.
Doodle and Chat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we could get people to Monday to watch it. So this might encourage people.
Oh, that would be fun. And then, we could do a pack of kindness crayons and a book.
Nice. I love it.
I'm in. Let's do it.
We'll make everybody who's here is already, I'll write their names down. They're already entered. And then if they share out again on Twitter, anybody will be double entered.
Yeah. Okay, I love it. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Holly, I don't know anything about non-kindness crayons in the chat. I only know about kindness. I can't help you with anything else, but I do see your comment. And yes, Lindsay, broken crayons still color. That's exactly right. I love that reminder. That's great.
Yes. And so Lindsay's just reminding us when we would do a Doodle and Chat on a different format, we sometimes would get robots that would shut us down because we use brand names. It has not yet happened here.
These are just crayons that don't have any names on them. They're just
actually got really good at talking around the word to get people to guess what it is, because the chat can say it, but we just couldn't say it. But so far, so good. We'll see. I don't know.
That's good to know, though. Like all the nuances, you know, who knew?
It was a real surprise when it first happened.
Well, we will just pray for some kindness bots because
there you go.
We didn't know the rules. So
yes, there you go. There you go. Hello, Nita. Welcome.
Good morning, Nita.
Oh, thank you, Nita. You're sweet. Aw, thanks for your little sweet words about my tweets.
All right, Mandy and I are gonna turn on our drawing cameras, and we're gonna sprinkle a little Tamara on our page with her name, and then we will get started with the bowl. I did not like that setup.
Oh, look at your setups. Oh my gosh, that's precious. Okay, that's just, I'm not even going to be able to draw because I'm going to be looking at you guys drawing.
It's 11 p.m., Nita. Well, good for you being here. I'm sometimes not worth anything at 11 p.m. at night.
I'm not usually awake at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, I'm awake. I'm just not always worth anything. So.
All right, I'm going to start. I finally found a big chunky marker, except for I do not like the chisel tip, but I'm going to go with it. So it's just not my favorite.
And I'm trying to draw and look at the same time.
Well, and I set mine up ahead of time, so I cheated just a little bit, but
you were just prepared.
There you go.
It does kind of help me get my head wrapped around the episode and what we're going to talk about. And oh gosh, okay, there we go.
I'm just moving my camera a little bit. It's bothering me that the carpet is showing. So there, now we're better.
All right, you are upside down, Carrie.
Oh, I am, aren't I? Look at that.
It's kind of fun, though. Not cheating. Okay, thank you, Lindsay. Thank you.
All right, hold on a second.
Good morning, Annette.
Oh,
and
Annette's here.
You know how we roll. You're not late. We're still just chatting.
Yeah, that's another thing we learned quickly, or our family learned, is that they can show up late and they won't miss anything because we spend so much time talking. Come on, little guy, you can do it. Stay here.
Oh, there you go. We can see it.
Okay.
Oh, Annette, I hope you don't lose power. Oh.
Okay.
I hope you don't lose power also. Gosh.
This way a little bit. All right. Now it is perfect.
Oh, no.
What's happening? All right. Here we go. All right. So let's pull. I almost drew it myself, but that's okay. All right. I got to get on task. Hello, Keisha.
Good morning. 11:33-ish. You got it, Kimberly.
That's right. We're still the ish. We just can't get away from the ish, you know. Is Faye with you today, Keisha? Keisha is Keisha and her daughter often would show up and doodle and chat with us and draw with us.
Oh, how fun.
Funny story for Tamara is Keisha and I work together. She's a school psychologist at my building.
Oh, I love that.
And she's just the most loveliest person.
I love knowing how all the people are connected.
It has, when we say family, it really is, we really are family, very much so. They still come back even with all our craziness.
I love it.
I have not had that much caffeine today, and I feel like I'm just like squirrel. Okay,
I feel like every day.
Well, welcome. Good morning, Faye. Also.
Oh, Faye is here. Hello, Faye. All right, I got it for the first question. Oh, this is a good one. If you started a business tomorrow, what would it be?
Oh, if I started a business tomorrow, like a for-profit business, right?
I do not know. It does not specify. So there are no rules, however you want to interpret it.
Any kind of business. Wow. So if I could start a business, I think that I would love to create things. I'm thinking of my daughter specifically. She has her own card making business called Kit Kat Cards, and she hand draws things for her cards. But then she also has like a thrifting business, and she adds her cards to her thrifting business. Like when people order from her, they get an extra card. So I think if I had a business, it would absolutely have to have something with kindness involved in it. But I think it would be something where when you order whatever the product might be, whether it's like design stationery or something, it would be related to kindness. So maybe it's designing kindness quotes that go on apparel. Maybe it would be designing stationery posters, all kindness related. But then when you ordered something, you always got like a freebie thrown in there because that's fun. So I think it would be probably designing, creating things, almost like my own Etsy store, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, like I can't do that while I'm teaching because there's just not enough hours in the day. But if I wasn't teaching and I started a business, I think that would be fun.
That does sound fun. This marker is no. I do not like it.
Oh no.
Don't use it
then. It's that chisel tip. It's just so hard to get. It's bothering me that I can't find my not chisel tip marker. I think it's in my presenting kit. And now the glue is stuck and I cannot get it all done. Tamara, this is a quality show, I'm telling you.
I love it. Look, I would give you a pen. I have pens. Which one you want?
I got the glue undone. I'm good.
Okay. I have glue too. I have tape. I don't think that helps you, but I do.
All right, I'm really nervous about coloring with these crayons. Is that ridiculous? Because I'm afraid I'm going to break one.
You can break it. They told us we could color with broken crayons.
I know. I just feel like it's more challenging, even if they're broken.
I know, but you can do it. It's going to be okay. We're not going to judge you.
Thank you. All right, I'm imagining
a card. That type of show.
Annette, we're glad you come back for the craziness because you will never escape the craziness. Like
no, she's been here too long. She's stuck with us now. She's been part of Doodle and Chat for too long.
So I'm trying a new little doodling technique this morning where I'm going to have the turquoise color, and then I'm going to do the reverse. So we're going to see how this works out today.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I'm currently coloring with a scoop of fun.
A scoop of fun.
Wait, hold it up. What color is it? Because I can't see it in your hand.
It's like a pink.
I might have to look in my box.
It's pink sherbet.
Pink sherbet. That's fun.
It is fun.
Oh, I pulled out cotton candy. Wrong color. Oh, pink sherbet. I have one too. I have a scoop of fun. Okay, yes. Okay, I'm putting it to the side because that's fun.
So Carrie, is this your husband that has joined us?
That is my husband.
And he called you out. He said, I live with the craziness.
There.
He loves it. He loves it. He loves it. It would be boring. Life would be boring without the craziness that is the Baughcums. It doesn't just live with me. It's, it's a family affair. All right. I've got lost my train of thought again. I feel like drawing ice cream now because of that crayon. I think I'm going to have to do that really quick before I pull another question. There's no brown.
That's funny, drawing what the crayon says. So
that's what I'm thinking of, like how weaving in the question and the crayon and Tamara, like, whoo!
I love it. I love it.
We'll see.
So for those of you who joined us a little bit late, as we pull the questions, you can doodle your own responses to the questions, or you can doodle Tamara's responses to the questions, or you can doodle whatever you want. To be honest, this whole thing is just about putting some doodles on paper. So whatever makes you happy today.
Joy, kindness and joy.
That's kindness awesome. And joy. That's right.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it is really fun to color with crayons. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is really fun.
I love your joy.
I feel like just being completely rogue today, and I'll just let Mandi talk to you, and I'll just color with the crayons, you know?
All right.
That's okay. I can do that because one thing Mandi's good at is talking. So I did. So we have a store that sells everything for $1, and they had different packs of crayon type things, and they had like glitter and they had neon. And so I came home one day, and my children are all adults now, but they were home at the time, and they're like, what are you doing with all these crayons? I'm like, listen, you just can't have too many crayons.
That's right.
And when it says sparkly crayons and glow in the dark crayons and neon, like, you have to buy them. You just have to.
I mean, it is part of the rules.
That's right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Plus, they just whisper. It's like, hello, don't you need more of me? Buy more.
Yes.
You want to buy more.
I think mine guilt trip me. They're like, excuse me. Hey, whoa, come back. Whoa, come here. You're not going to leave me here. Come on.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Pens do the same thing to me, even though I doodle most of the time on my iPad. My collection of pens are insane. And I also enjoy doodling on paper. So I just don't do it as often. See, I agree, Kimberly. You cannot have too many markers and pens. It's just you can't do it.
Never. Oh, that's too light. Sorry, crayon.
And Tamara, anytime you want to share,
I think we'll
I'm
give
still
her
trying to write y'all's names. I can share. There's not much here because I keep trying to look down, look up, look around. It was like earlier when I said, I feel like I'm on Sesame Street doing the little thing where like you pat your head and you rub your belly at the same time. And you're like, wait. I'll share it after I get your names written.
No, you're fine. This is so fun. Oh, that's right, Keisha. Mandi, I forget. Like, a lot of people have never like seen your face and heard your voice. This is so fun for them.
I hope it's fun for them. I hope it is.
I think so. All right. While Tamara writes our names, I'm going to pull in the question to make her write our names and answer the question at the same time.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. Oh, I love this question. All right. You have lived all over the U.S. from Florida to Nevada to Tennessee, and now you live in Virginia. Where has been your favorite state to live and why?
Oh, golly. So you're right. I have lived in 4 different states. My husband was in the Air Force. And so for the first like 10 years, decade or so of our marriage, we traveled all across and lived in different places. And I think every place has its own spotlight of why it would be the best place to live. I'm so hard about picking like the best, like, because I like things so balanced and everybody wins kind of thing. But I guess if I had to make a decision, I would say the best place to live is exactly where I'm at now, which is my hometown. I've come full circle right back to the actual hometown where I grew up, and that's Mechanicsville, Virginia. And the reason why I would choose that out of all the experiences I've had is simply because this is where my family is. These are my roots. This is the place that raised me. And there's lots of memories made here. I love that my children get to attend the same school district that I attended as a child. I actually work in the same elementary school that my husband went to. And there's just so many connections here. It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon everywhere you go. The location is great because we're 2 hours from the beach, but we're 2 hours from the mountains. We get snow, but we also get the bright flaming heat of humid summers too. Like we have all the 4 seasons with the changing leaves. And it's just like a little just perfect spot of a little bit of everything all mixed together. You know, if you really love, if you're needing some peace and quiet and you want to go out in the countryside, I mean, we grow tomatoes. That's like our cash crop here, tomatoes. So, you know, I mean, we're very rural in some aspects, but then if you're looking for city life or you want something fun to do, you know, we've got Richmond in the city, or you can go 2 hours to Washington, D.C., which is the hub of our country, you know. Yeah. So it's convenient to travel, and it's home. It's home. But every other place, I could absolutely give you a defining reason why you might want to live there. But for me, this is home.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm looking at the comments. Kimberly, yeah, I never finished for a while. Yeah, I finally got the names done. And I've decided I can't answer a question and draw at the same time. I'm realizing that's probably not a skill that I own yet.
Well, my United States looks very much like a tooth, so that's fun.
Oh, well, my United States wasn't great either, so we're trying our best here. It's okay.
I don't even have a state, a U.S. I have nothing on here but your names. So
okay, and my tomato kind of looks like a pomegranate.
Wait, where's your tomato? Oh,
well, it's a royal tomato.
Here, if we go like there, that's a little bit more of a tomato.
Oh, good, because I thought it was an engagement ring, so that definitely
changed
it. Now it's a tomato. Perfect, got it. I love it so much. Oh, I just discovered a new pen. Interesting. Are you using Procreate, Mandi?
I am, yes.
Oh, good. Me too. I keep getting distracted because I'm like, oh, let me try a new pen. And then I find a new pen. I was like, oh, and then I forget what I'm drawing.
That's okay. See, now that's another addiction. If you start to buy pens, download pens onto your Procreate, that is a whole other level of pen addiction.
Oh my gosh.
I have to stop myself from buying kits of them because that's another thing. Yeah.
Well, and then I started getting into creating some of my own pens, which is also a whole nother addiction. So
you create your own pens?
I do. When I found out how easy it was to do, then it's almost kind of dangerous. So
well, now I need a tutorial. So
that's exactly what I did. I Googled it. So there was somebody who was selling a pen, and I was like, and it was one of those patterned pens. I was like, you know what? I can make that. And so I Googled it, and sure enough, I could make that. So
wow, that's cool.
Now I do have some small business people that create pens that I like to support. So
yeah. And Holly's asking us if teachers still have pens that are red ink on one end and blue or black on the other. I have not seen those in a minute.
I haven't either.
I also don't like to use red pen. I'm kind of anti-red pen if I'm going to grade something. I don't know. I feel like there's much happier colors for grading papers than red.
Kristen's watching a TikTok about creating pens. I also try to avoid red. And then this week, obviously our Chiefs, got my Chiefs shirt on today. Our Chiefs are in the playoffs. And I usually, because my kids, I have pens on my desk. It's one of the things that the kids will comment about all the time is how many pens I have on my desk. And I don't know how many times this week I've picked up red and would be like, it's in support of the Chiefs. And I'm like, I hope there's no negative connotation with it because I don't use my red pens ever. And so we've used red this week for the Chiefs. That's right, Lindsay, Chiefs Kingdom. Hopefully we've got this tomorrow.
How's it going, Tamara?
It's going. I got your names in here. Here's mine so far.
All right, hold on a second.
Oh, that's it.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
trying to draw a car, but then I was like, well, it looks like 2 eyeballs in a person's face. So I'm still working on that one.
No, your car looks good. I think it's great.
I agree. I love cars and roads are like a nice go-to for any kind of like state or travel or anything, you know, it's a fun, or just the road with a sign and then you don't have to draw the car. That works really well too.
Oh, that would have been smart.
No, well, I didn't mean it that way, but I mean,
no, it's good. But no, this is great. I love all the tips and ideas because when I first started doodling, because I'm nowhere near at the professional level at all, but when I first started doodling it was almost like I had to give myself permission for it not to be perfect because so many other things in my life have to be perfect. And so it was kind of like, nobody cares. Like, just draw. Like, just, it's all good.
That's what I hope I'm bringing to this part of the chat, because Carrie's drawings are always amazing. And I hope they see that you can also just have doodles that look like mine. Like, your tomato can look like a pomegranate or an engagement ring. It's fun.
I love it.
Well, and I love that you guys give me so much credit. Like, it says the tooth, that is the United States, you know? All right. I think we are ready for another question.
All right.
Whoa, here's an interesting one. Have you ever judged a book by its cover?
Yeah, I judge mine by its cover. No, I'm just kidding.
And he's like, yeah.
I'm so excited that question was in there.
I mean, let's talk about this. I saw this cover and I literally was saying this to you before. I saw the cover and I was like, I don't even care what's inside. Yes, I want this book just because of the cover. Absolutely.
So tell us about your cover and the colors, because you were sharing with that with us before we went live.
Okay, so I will tell you the story. Oh, your people will get a sneak inside scoop about the story, because inside the book, I don't talk about the meaning of the cover. People probably assume of the meaning of the cover, and it's a correct assumption. But for me, I have a personal connection to this cover. So the color is turquoise. And when I was being asked about the book, like as I was writing the book, I had an inquiry thing to fill out for Dave Burgess and them about everything and anything about what I would want my ideal book to be. And one of the questions was, you know, what are your favorite colors and what colors do you like the best? And immediately I was like turquoise and white, because those are the colors of the fraternity that I was in college, Zeta Tau Alpha. Their colors are turquoise and silver or gray. And so I was like, oh, it's got to be turquoise, because I want my own little shout out to Zeta, you know, being part of that book. And then for the cover design, their graphic design team created it, and I didn't see anything on the cover at all until they literally handed it to me and said, you know, what kind of font do you like the best for the cover? Is the cover acceptable? So I didn't really design the cover or talk to them about things I loved on the cover. I just told them things I didn't want. Like, I went on Amazon and found covers of other books that I didn't like. And then I found covers of books I did like. And then they just kind of went with that. And then based on what was in the story. And in the middle of the book, there is a section that does talk specifically about dandelions and the scattering of the seeds, and that analogy of scattering of kindness, which I absolutely love. But what is not shared in the book, and what made the cover so special to me, is that the dandelion is actually a little bit of a shout out to my middle child, who always says that he gets shafted being the middle child. You know, you get lost in the muddle and everything. When he was little, his name is Daniel, and he was named from Daniel in the Bible, Daniel in the lion's den. And even when he was a baby, he had this lion theme for his nursery. And when he was very, very small, he went out in the yard and he picked a dandelion, like many kids do. First flower they bring home to mom. Here's a dandelion. You know, I brought you flowers. He was so excited because he knew the name of it was a dandelion, and he brought it to him and he said, look, mommy, it's my flower. It's a dandelion.
Oh.
And then even like as he was growing up, he's always loved dandelions, to the point where he's like, when I die, I want dandelions on my casket with flowers and stuff too. So anyway, to have the cover have dandelions on it is almost like a little shout out to him that nobody else gets. So that makes my heart happy. Normally, I try not to judge a book by its cover, but I think innately our brains do that because we're just drawn to graphics so much more. So I absolutely, if I see a cover that looks intriguing, I will absolutely try to start reading that book. But I love to read, so I'm not very picky about what I read. I'll read the back of a Campbell's soup label, anything, But judging a book, like saying, oh, this is a horrible book because the cover is not good, I don't think I do that. It's just sometimes hard to dive into a book that might have potential to be an amazing book if the cover doesn't kind of jive with the title or the description.
Agreed.
I also, first of all, I love the smell of books, and I know that's a very weird thing to say, but I actually love to walk into a physical bookstore because I enjoy the smell of the books. My children are the same way. They also have this love for books. But I also will just walk along and look at the book covers, and that's exactly what we're drawn to, are those book covers. So I feel the exact same way.
It is true. And I saw somewhere, like some librarian had done something where she had covered certain books with brown paper, like the paper bags you get at the grocery store, covered them like back in the day when we used to have to cover our books to go to school. But she covered a bunch of books, and then on the outside of the book just wrote descriptions of what was in the book, like the genre or the characters or something. And I thought, oh, now that's cool. That's intriguing, where you can't judge it by its cover. You have to go just about the words. So I love that idea too. Oh, Lindsay, you found little lion and dandelion, little emojis in the chat. That makes my heart happy.
Aww.
Blind date with book. Yes.
Book. Nice. Nice.
Teresa Gross. Yes, Kimberly. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Teresa.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I like that.
She just got done with it, I think. I followed her or we're friends on Facebook, and I think she just got done with the date with the book thing. She was talking about it, or she's getting ready for it because of Valentine's Day, I think.
Oh, that's super. That's a great time to do that.
Yeah, that is a great time to do that.
Yeah. It's funny when I read this, it's funny to hear how both of you interpreted it, because I was also thinking like people, judging a book by its cover. I was leaning more towards, I'm like, I wonder what she's going to say about this when it comes to people. And I just think it's funny how we both interpreted that. It also was wonderful because you got to share your cover story about your book. But funny how we all interpret these little phrases and questions differently. So that's interesting. Because mine went on another, symbolic deep end, and we just stuck with the book one, which is perfect too, because then we got to learn that Tamara likes books and things like that, which is just like Mandi.
Mandi, you're a book lover like me.
I do love books. I love to read, and my kids love to read. I was very blessed with that, and we used to have like summer challenges in our house to see who could read the most books during our summer breaks. And my second daughter is releasing her first day. She started a book podcast to talk about her love of books, and they released their first episode January 31st. Is that tomorrow?
Yes, Monday.
Monday.
Oh, Monday.
So I'm pretty excited for them too. That's kind of a big step for her. So I'm excited for them. Yeah.
Aw, congrats to her.
That's like a proud mommy moment too. Like, way to carry it into adulthood. Like the love of books thing. It's like, woohoo! I went in that mommy and that. Boom.
I'm just happy for her that she decided that was something that she wanted to do, and then did it, like researched it. She and her best friend, who I also have had the privilege of watch growing up, and I call her my second daughter, and I'm just so proud of them for taking the initiative and doing it. So
that is fun. That is awesome.
That's fantastic.
Do you want to give them a plug and tell us what the podcast is called?
It's Best Friends Book Club, and
I love it.
I can drop it in the show notes, because I am going to try to put together some show notes for this episode. So I will try to drop it in the show notes so that you guys can check it out when it launches. And I'm sure I'll post it on social media. I've already shared their promo trailer. So
awesome. That's awesome. All right, we ready for another question?
Yes.
Sure.
Tamara's like,
I'm trying to draw one little flower, but okay, yeah, question.
This will help you with your flower drawing. Not really. Well, actually, maybe it will. Just wait a second. I didn't read the whole thing. If you could have a clone to help you out when life gets busy, when would you want one and what would you use it for?
Oh my gosh. I would have a clone that knows how to clean a house.
Yes.
Right away.
Yes, done.
yes.
Done.
Because if I had a clone, that means that clone would be just like me. So that clone would know exactly how I like to have things organized.
That is true.
And they would know exactly where I would be able to find the things that they organize. Because, you know, if I just had somebody come in here and clean and organize and put things away, I would not find them because my organizational system in my head wouldn't match other people. I'm a little divergent. So yeah, in a heartbeat, I would have somebody taking care of that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I need. I need a clone for my house.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
My clone, if they cleaned, would have to be more motivated to clean than I am, though. Like, that's the only thing I wouldn't want to clone.
Oh, okay. So that's a good point, because if I did have a clone, how would I motivate my clone to clean? I'm not. I'm motivated to organize my bookshelf by color. Like, that makes me happy. I'll do that. But to sweep the floor, oh.
Yeah, I know. Scrub the toilets. Oh, yeah. Let me just do that. That's more fun than reading or drawing, right?
Or drawing. Yeah.
Or cleaning the shower or bathtub. Like, I can clean the toilet. That doesn't take very long. I don't like cleaning the bathtub.
You know, I'm a non-discriminatory non-cleaner. I don't like to clean any of it.
No, I understand that too. I really do. I don't know about other people, but I mean, I create a lot. I like to build. I like to sew. I like to craft. I like to do a lot of those things. And I'll come back from a weekend and share with my colleagues, like, hey, I made this weekend. And they're like, how do you have the time? I'm like, oh, don't come look at my house. Like, when you do things like that, you have to let other things go. And what I let go is my house. So
yes,
that's just how my life works.
Yes. And I even tell people, like, you know, when they come to my house, I'm like, so almost like a disclaimer, you know, I'm like, so here's the thing. Heads up. I'm a mom. I have 3 kids, 2 of whom are boys. Heads up. I work full time. Heads up. I don't really care, you know, so I am always like, if you're looking for a showroom quality house, my house is probably not the one you want to visit. But if you're looking for a place to like sit on a sofa and watch movies with blankets and popcorn, like, come on, got plenty of room.
Yes.
Yes.
We joke in our house that our house gets the best clean 15 minutes before somebody decides to visit our house.
There's truth to that.
We used to have a code name for it. I forget. It was like, we used to say, Francine's coming. And it was like all hands on deck so that we could all clean at the same time. You know, only the spaces that they'll see. But that's the best. You
actually have a code word. You have a code word for the frantic clean. Like, Francine's not a real person.
No, well, we did it as a joke because we thought if we gave it a code name, we could use it when somebody's really not coming over, and that would motivate us to actually clean. It did not work.
So I sometimes just volunteer to host things at my house just so I know it will be cleaned every now and then.
Right?
That's genius.
That's true.
That's genius.
Like, oh, wait, you need somebody to do like a little weekend gathering. You know what? I will volunteer that because I have 2 weeks and I will definitely only clean it the day before or maybe the morning of. But at least there's the chance that it's going to be clean. So,
well, and with the kids, like, you almost have to clean it up to the last second because there needs to be no chance or opportunity for them to like leave socks out or not pick up their bowl. So the closer cleaning you do to the actual event, the less chance it is of it getting more messy. At least that's my experience.
That's true. There's some truth to that too. You're right. Because if I say on Friday, okay, we're going to have family over Sunday night, and I clean Saturday morning, I mean, that's a whole Saturday night, whole Sunday morning, whole Sunday afternoon. Like, that's a opportunity for disaster. Yeah. Quick clean. That's the way to go.
Yes, it is. Annette's dog has a conditioned response that if they're cleaning, they must be getting guests over.
Our dog also, Annette, that's hilarious because our dog is the exact same way. Like she immediately goes to the door and starts looking out the window right next to it to see who's coming because she knows.
That is too funny.
And I'm also glad to know that it's not just me. Like, do you know for the longest time, I really felt kind of like an inferior mom because I'm serious. Like my house is just never completely clean. And I love our neighbors to death. Their house is always clean. I can drop in on my neighbors at any point in time and their house is immaculate. And I just had it at the beginning to be like, listen, you guys can come over and see us anytime. My house will never look like yours. Like it's just not going to. And so I'm glad to know other people are like that too.
Yeah, agree. It's not. It's we live in this house. That's my whole thing. I say to people, we live here. Like we live here, like really live here, like not just for show.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I think we're ready for another question. All right, here we go. Oh, I like this one. It doesn't take much, Tamara research to realize that you have a passion for kindness. What is your most favorite random act of kindness to do?
Oh, again, what's with the choose the best and only? Like, I can't. There's so many. There's so many. There's so many. I could make this whole thing could be filled with acts of kindness.
Give us a few then. I said, give us a few. We can sprinkle it on people for them to take with them.
Okay, I feel a little bit better now. Thank you. Because that was hard. So I love the little acts of kindness, like the teeny tiny things people do. Because I think if it's something that you can integrate into your natural workings in life, and it becomes almost like a habit or it becomes just part of what you do, then it's so much easier to make it, to duplicate it and to continue to do the same act of kindness for other people. So I like little tiny things like smiling at people. Like, oh my gosh, it sounds so silly, but for me to like make eye contact with a stranger in the grocery store or at school or anything, and to smile at them and they smile back, like that's just cool. Like that is literally your brain doing what your brain is meant to do, right? Because we know that that your brain reflexively, responds to that. It intuitively has these little neurons going, oh wait, they smiled, I smile back. That's what we do, And so like even with the little meme, smiling is my favorite. Like seriously, smiling really is my favorite. And it's so simple. It's so simple. But I know that there's people and cultural differences even where you have to be mindful of that. There's cultural differences where people don't make eye contact and smiling isn't a natural innate thing that people do. And so I even though that's something I find a lot of joy in, I do have to kind of be mindful of people where that isn't their comfort zone or something that brings them joy. And I have to make sure I don't get my feelings hurt. If I smile at somebody and they don't smile back at me, it might not even be about me. They're having a tough day or something's going on in their life. But personally, it brings me joy to smile at others. I like the other little things just tiny little things of just being courteous and kind to others. Like if I'm driving in looking for a parking space, I will often pass by a close parking space so somebody else can have it. And they'll never know that I did that. When they pull into their primo parking space, they'll never think, oh, wow, I saw that car. In fact, they're probably looking at my car and judging me. Why did I drive past that open spot? They're probably thinking something's wrong with me. But, sometimes I'll do that as just a little act of kindness. Or I love handwritten notes. Oh, I love handwritten notes so much. And I even have, like at school, I have a smile file, which is just a manila folder where I shove little notes and things I get over the years. Well, this is year 25 for me. So that manila folder is like pretty full now because I just shove things in there. But I love the power of a genuine handwritten card or note. Just a couple of sentences showing appreciation or showing that you're thinking of someone else. I love going, like just this morning, perfect example. This morning, on Saturday mornings, we have breakfast with my father-in-law and our children and my husband, whoever else wants to come. And we were sitting in the restaurant, and I happened to see a couple come in that I recognized as being related to some people of a church I used to go to a few years back. And I'm sure they didn't recognize me, but I recognized them. So I just made a split-second decision that I was going to buy their breakfast. And so after we were done with our breakfast, I went up to the, front, and I just said, hey, I know this sounds kind of weird and crazy, but I really want to buy breakfast for that couple sitting in that little booth over there. How do I do it? And they got the manager over, and I paid for them. And then I got the receipt. I just wrote on the receipt, be blessed with kindness, you are loved. And I didn't sign it because it's not about me. It's just a reminder that there's good in the world, and there's humanity to be found in other people. And I think especially these days, any reminder that we can receive that there's good and joy and kindness to be found in others is really needed and important. So those are a few of my favorites. Oh, and I love Kimberly chimed in, reflector neurons. Yes, that's when you're smiling and someone smiles back. And Celebrate Monday. That's right. Sean started that with his little celebrations. And I love that Keisha loves the little notes too.
She leaves them all over. She leaves them all over the school for people. Like at just random times, you'll walk up to see a note, and you can usually guess that it's Keisha that has left it. She'll tape it on your door or put it somewhere random. It's wonderful. It is her thing to do for sure.
Oh, I love that. We have one of the things we do with I in my role as a technology integrator, I work directly with teachers, and I'm an instructional coach, and I kind of help them integrate technology. And one of the partnerships that I have with a fourth grade teacher in my building, we've been doing it for a few years now, is we actually have a kindness focus throughout the entire year. And I go into her classroom once a month, and we do little kindness lessons that usually incorporate technology. But one of the big things we do are kindness passion projects. And it is literally the highlight of my year every year, because we give the children money. We give them $10 each, like cold hard cash, baby. Here's your $10. Go change the world. And the kids design their own kindness projects, and they decide what they're going to get with their money, who they're going to bless. And then they create a presentation in Google Slides to share with the world, almost like a science fair. Like they have materials, procedure, results, reflection. It's very, scientifically done. But one of the things over the years, we've done it, like I said, a few years now. One of my favorite things that a student did is she used her $10 to buy fancy markers, because she had never had really fancy gel pens and stuff. And so she bought fancy markers, and she bought note cards and tape. And she wrote positive, inspirational notes, and she taped them all around the playground before recess one day so that other kids would find them. And I just thought that was just phenomenal, because you can always hold on to that little note, anytime you're having a hard day.
You ask any teacher, if a student brings them a note of kindness, they keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a little note. I mean, but the fact that they thought of you and that they were willing to take that time to tell you how you've impacted them, it means a lot. So I love that. That story was so sweet.
I know. I'm filing that idea away in my head. We do something similar, not with kindness, but we do something called what I call drop everything and create. And it's every week that students plan projects. It can be anything they want to do. And we literally, they on Fridays, they get to work on it for 2 periods, and they get to create whatever they want to. It doesn't matter. But this would be a fun that I can see some ways to weave that in. I really like that idea a lot.
Yeah, and you don't need money. I mean, you can totally do kindness passion projects without spending a dime. The kids, they could brainstorm their own, like, oh, I'm going to make bookmarks and leave them in books in the library, or I'm going to make kindness posters, or I'm just going to, whatever, make something out of, make origami out of paper and give it to, whatever. So many ideas.
Yeah, for sure. I'm even thinking some of the clubs that I am part of too, that would be fun, as because 6th, 7th, and 8th grade I teach. And any opportunity they have to not think about themselves is always really powerful,
Agreed.
So, and that does that. So I like that a lot.
Nita, I like that. She said she has a box with all the where she keeps those notes, and she says this is why.
Yep. Oh, that's a great. I love that title.
I like that.
Dandelions are fun to draw because they're not hard to draw. I am learning that. I took all the notes as I was listening to Tamara and then put them in little dandelions, but they're so fun to draw because they're not very hard to draw and you really can't mess them up, which is also a very good thing.
I don't know. If you look at mine, they might be kind of easy to mess up.
Yeah. I'm sitting here listening to Carrie and I'm like, I am literally drawing dandelions right now going, this is the hardest thing I've ever drawn in my entire life. And Carrie's over there going, oh, dandelions are so easy. Yeah, of course.
Well, they're just little lines. Like maybe mine don't look as good as I think they do.
Mine actually looks like I'm trying to hurt somebody with pins flying off into the sky, like little pins. They look very dangerous. They don't look sweet and soft.
Beware of filter.
This one is okay, but then this one, like I don't know what happened. This one needs a haircut or something. Like I don't know. Something happened with that one. So
yeah, this one is looking like I'm trying to figure out how to point.
Oh wait, here we'll go. Here, hold on. Let me use our.
Oh, there you go. This has like painful. I'm trying to point. Okay, this right here really looks like needles, like not sweet soft needles. It looks like something dangerous. Which is not the vibe I'm going for, Pete friends. I'm really trying not to hurt you. I have to work on that one.
Here, let's try. I'm going to try this too. Let's take a look at Mandi's.
Yeah, I need to go back to being simple again. Oh, dandelion! Oh, yes.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, I'm redoing mine. I'm doing that first.
And then, Mandi, what did you put in the drops?
These were when she said sprinkle. You said sprinkle kindness, so I changed them to water drops.
Oh, cute.
And then I put the notes in there. So she said smile. I tried to go for like that open parking space idea.
I love it.
I mean, you can't really tell they're cars, but I know what it means. So, and then she said notes. And then I tried to put the receipt. So it says paid at the top. And then she said be blessed on it.
Oh, so that's so cute. You did so good.
So good. I love it.
And then that's my chunky cleaning bottle right there.
That bottle
is out of control, but that's okay. It's fine.
It's a bottle.
And then that United States, I tell you what, I might need to practice that one.
Oh. It has character.
That it does. All right, Carrie, zoom in on yours. Let's see what yours looks like.
Okay. It's so yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah.
Oh.
So the crayons I'm noticing don't come up on the camera as well, but they do on the zoom in. So this is when I started with the I'm going to draw on this color and draw the thing. That was the only time I did that. So just the one time. There's my tooth. And then I did the cleaning, and then the passion projects. I cannot wait to find a way to use this in school. I'm so excited about that idea. And then her son saying that, look, mommy, that's my flower. And then I tried to do dandelions.
Your dandelions do look really good.
And I love how you put the words in them. That's cute.
I do too. I like that.
Thank you. This looks like a tooth, I really went for it too. I was really going to be like, I am going to own the United States today. And then, no, not so much. Like halfway through it, I think I forgot how to draw it. Did that ever happen? Like you have it in your head and you're like, I can do this. And then all of a sudden you start drawing and you're like, no, I don't really got this at all. They got nothing.
Well, and so I started and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to quickly pull up a picture of it and kind of look at it. And even looking at it, I ended up with something. I
didn't even think about pulling up pictures. That's genius.
No, that happens a lot. Like sometimes I have to look at something to make sure that I have the right idea. So
Tamara, if you're looking for tricks, that is something that a lot of, I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty honest about it, but like, a lot of people do that. It's actually a really good technique for learning how to draw stuff. It's called filling your visual library, which is like, I imagine it's a warehouse in your head that holds shelves of images. This is how my brain works. That holds images that you know how to draw. And so by looking them up and drawing them, the more you draw them, the fuller your shelves get.
That's genius. I love it. Great strategy.
So yeah, I spent like my first 3 years of sketchnoting with my iPhone in one hand and my pencil in the other, because I didn't know how to draw anything. So
yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Holly gets me, because Holly gets it. Holly, you and I, girl, we are on it. She's like, I know it's called Doodle and Chat, but dang, yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now.
Oh, we're so happy you're with us. I think we have room for one more question. I don't know where on my sheet I'm going to fit it, but I will fit it. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see what the bowl knows.
Okay. The drum roll is happening in my head, by the way. Just so you know.
Oh, this is a good one. All right. If there was a job that you could try out for a day just to see what it was like, what would you choose?
If there was a job I could choose for one day just to see what it's like, what would I do?
You got it.
I would do a flash mob. I would totally do a flash mob. I don't want to be in charge of it, but I would want to like, okay, let's do it. Today's the day. We've got this dance, learn the dance. Here's the song, learn the song. All right, we're going to go out. We're going out in public and let's just do it. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay, I think now that we have it documented, the next time any of us are together with Tamara at a conference, the flash mob is going to happen. You know, I think it's have to do it.
So listen, it's on my life bucket list. It really is on my life bucket list. And I saw years ago when I first, good, Kristen's in. Now we're up to 4. Anybody else? Who else? Come on, let's do it. Several years ago, when I first started this job, I know, let's go. Let's get the list going. I saw a video clip of the Oprah Winfrey show, and the Black Eyed Peas were playing for Oprah Winfrey in, I guess, Chicago, because that's where her show was. And she thought they were just going to perform. Well, they had secretly scheduled this. Literally everyone in the crowd was in on the flash mob. Like, you can Google Oprah Winfrey, Black Eyed Peas, flash mob. You're going to see it. It was incredible. And I had just recently been into this position as a technologist, and I watched the video clip in complete and utter awe. And this is when flash mobs were kind of like the new thing. But I remember just sitting there being in complete awe at the details that had to be synchronized in order to make that happen, number one. Number two, to articulate it to all the people. Number three, to organize it, make sure all the people were in the right places, everybody knew their parts, and then to actually pull it off without Oprah Winfrey knowing. It is Oprah Winfrey. Like, I wrote about her in my book, like that, like Oprah, and she didn't know. And so if you watch the video, hopefully it's still around, because it's so many years ago, but if you watch her expression change as she realizes that when they start to play, there's one person dancing in the crowd, and then there's like 3 people dancing, and then there's more, and then it's synchronized, and then she clues in on what's happening, and it zooms out, and you see the whole crowd of people, like hundreds of people, and they were all in on it. Okay, so I think what my point is, I like surprises. But I just am in awe of pulling off such a collective joy. Exactly, Kristen, you got it. Collective joy.
Exactly.
It is something that's magical when tons of people are all in, doing the same thing for the same purpose with the same outcome. And it is truly bringing someone else joy. That's incredible. I want to be part of that. That's the world I want to live in. Which I drew nothing. I didn't draw any of that on my paper because I was talking.
Well, I don't know what a flash mob looks like, but that's my idea of dancing. If that tells you anything about my ability to dance, my doodle should explain it all. So that was my idea of a flash mob right there. That's the best I got.
No, that's great. Yeah, because we're all in sync. All of our arms are in the same location. Our legs are going the same way. Yes, that's a flash. I drew a light bulb, which has literally nothing to do other than flash, like light.
No, you
There
have
you go.
it.
I just have random legs sticking out in different places. That's my flash mob.
I love it. It got super quiet because we're all concentrating.
We are concentrating.
Like, just let me get this one thing.
When we sketchnote in class, that's my favorite sound, is when it's completely silent, because you know that everything, that the focus is everywhere, you know, it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel inspired to digitize this little drawing that I'm doing. It's a heart, or it's a world with a heart on there. And I think I might have to do that and send it off to Tamara.
Oh, the world.
With just, I would draw it a little bit differently. You'll probably put the sign on top of here with like a little bit, like, but just a simple little red heart, or maybe a turquoise heart.
You know, and I think for all of us, like all of us want to have some kind of positive impact in this world, you know, and we have different passions and we have different purposes. We have different skills and strengths. But I think if you boil it down to, at the end of the day, you know, we're here to make connections. We're here to strengthen relationships. We're here to shine in our own unique way. And that's the beautiful thing about what you guys are doing with this Doodle and Chat is spotlighting all the different ways people can be connected and people can share their joy with others and share their passions with others. And the end result is, you know, just making this world a better place.
And we're done. Thank you, Tamara.
Perfect wrap up. Good job. Good job.
No, you're so right. And that's another thing that I think that Mandi and I and everybody here, I think that's why we have a family that joins us every Saturday. It's because of the moments, you know, and the joy that being part of something and doing something like drawing that brings us great joy does for people. And it's just, you know, it's a great way to spend an hour. And we're so happy that you were here with us today. So very happy.
Me too. This has been so fun.
Good. It's everything we would hope and more. Should we give one last view of each of our drawings, and then we'll say goodbye?
Yeah, because I need like 30 more seconds.
We'll make you go last.
Coloring.
I'll make Mandi go first because I'm in control of the cameras.
Perfect.
Oh, that's not the right camera.
That's all right. Close up on me though.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
I love how you kept it turquoise during the whole time. That's so cool.
She committed.
Yep. Since that was your favorite color, I kind of thought ahead on this one. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use that color. So
that makes my heart happy.
Good.
All right, drawing with the crayons was really fun. Like, I seriously would, like, anybody that joined us today or is joining us later, pull out the crayons. Seriously, an extra set of and a little extra special piece of joy. I may be childhood related, you know, the drawing with the crayons. Boy, that was fun. Really fun.
I love all the details you added, and I love too how you incorporated the actual questions themselves in there.
Thank you. That's an idea that got created from when Annabeth, my daughter, and she's the OG Doodle and Chatter. And when we used to do our episodes together, that was something that came out about it. But that's super fun. I also love to do this kind of stuff in the classroom too, with questions or prompts or information. It's a fun way to bring in information into sketchnoting too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready, lady?
I'm ready. Okay, here's mine.
Oh my gosh, you did fabulous.
That looks so good.
Look at you with your kind words. Yeah, so I was trying to zoom. Ooh, this is hello.
No, it's fabulous. I love it.
I do too. I love your banner, the Doodle and Chat banner that you made. That looks really good.
Oh, thank you. Yep, there you go. I was just trying to capture just the little basic images.
Well, and it's so fun. Like when I look at yours and mine and Mandi's, it's fun to capture all the Tamara-isms, like collective joy, and then people like Kimberly was throwing some in the chat too, and it's you can't capture enough of the wonderful like reminders of the good out there. There's just so much happiness and joy on these sketch notes. It's just wonderful, little sprinkles of you.
Oh, and sprinkles of you guys too. Like this, I mean, it's complete joy once you overcome the realization you can't draw and talk at the same time.
You did really good. You did really good. And you jumped in. I remember the email. You're like, can I bring my iPad? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, way to own it. Like I told Mandy, I'm like, she's bringing it. She's bringing her iPad.
That's because I can erase really easily with the little white crayon. The white.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Thank you so much, Tamara, for being here with us today. I should have been better planned so that I could tell people when our next Doodle and Chat is, but I don't remember when it is. It's sometime in February. I don't remember the date. Mandi, do you have it?
I'm looking it up right now. It's February 9th.
February 9th?
At 6 p.m.
So it's a Wednesday.
It is. And do you want me to share the guest?
Yeah.
That's going to be Raina Friedman.
Ooh, that's so great.
We're super excited. Yeah. So we'll see everybody back here. If you're signed up for my newsletter, you'll get an email reminder, but you can also watch Twitter for the reminders and the updates. Thank you so much to our entire family for being here. And Tamara, thank you so much for jumping in on this adventure with us. We loved having you with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This was so much fun.
Awesome.
It was. Thank you. Bye.